Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, I'm Kevin Harlan. Allie LaForce will be our reporter tonight on the sideline. Let's take a look at the numbers for Donte DiVincenzo.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage, and it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Guard and off guard, filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward position. And for the Warriors, we've got Trace Jackson-Davis. Curry is out there with MP. Then it's Butler. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 spot. Greg, no secret that these teams don't like each other. Could things get a little chippy tonight?
It would not surprise me at all, Kevin. These teams, not only fierce rivals, but there's a little bit of animosity for one another. Throw in the fact that both these teams play in the same conference. Yeah, I'd say the spirits might be high tonight.
Now here's Randall, drilled from 6 feet.
I like the defensive effort, but with his size and experience, Randall beats them clean inside.
And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's DiVincenzo. Basket counts.
Nice read. Sets his teammate up. You like how they're sharing the ball.
The 3 from MP. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And MP is in the midst of what could be a historic season. He's the front runner for Rookie of the Year.
And the MVP award looks like a real possibility. Hard to believe a first player could have that kind of impact, especially as a second-round pick. This is a once-in-a-generation moment.
DiVincenzo can't hit it. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Steve Kerr gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Unsurprisingly, the conversation turned to Rudy Gobert. Let's be honest, he's scary, Coach said about the 7-footer. He hinted their strategy might involve trying to, quote, lure Rudy out of the paint so he's not there to slap away our layups. Maybe some tricky play here to try and push Gobert out of his comfort zone. Back over to you guys.
All right, Allie, thanks. Here's Curry, following the basket by Julius Randle. Gomez shot is good.
MP letting it fly with no hesitation.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Randle with the bucket. Randle's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, you can't start the game much better than this. 4 of 5 from the field.
That puts them in the lead.
Nice looking 3-ball by MP. Proving he can hurt you from downtown.
So Anthony Edwards, the Timberwolves franchise player. GA, how good do you think he can be?
Well, some were ready to anoint him the new face of the league. But if they're to win the franchise's first title, there's another level he's got to reach. And you got the feeling that was coming. Curry loves coming back with a 3 of his own.
DiVincenzo kicks to Randall. To Edwards. Here's DiVincenzo. Back to Edwards. 5 to shoot. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Oh, man, I love to see that. MP elevating.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Here's Edwards. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall. Edwards got his 2nd basket of the night.
And this is the attack mindset you want to see coming into the game.
Well, getting a good offensive player a high percentage look, there's nothing better than that.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 5. DiVincenzo finds Randall. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Curry. The Warriors have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. And still fresh on everybody's mind, the moment when MP eclipsed the incredible point total that Michael Jordan scored in his legendary 1986-87 season. Greg, you remember it well. It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, he scored 3,041 points that year, the highest total of his career. It's stunning to see a player surpass it, and that's the kind of generational talent MP is.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Green, he's checked in for Trace Jackson Davis. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Butler. Buddy Hield, he's checked in for Bogdanovic. And it's Brandon Podziemski in for Stephen Curry. A nice shot by MP.
Well, they're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Outside Conley. Ingles with the screen for Conley. Back to Ingles. Fires the 3. Another miss by Minnesota. Looking at the last game for the Timberwolves, it was a loss to the Clippers in Los Angeles. MP kicks to Kuminga. Pass to Podziemski. The 3 from MP. And the Warriors, another 3.
Now, this is what we want from MP. Night after night, an energetic performance on the offensive end.
Reed with a screen for Conley. And they get it. In deep. Reed drops it in.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
With 1 on the clock, that one's not going to go. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. The Warriors on top, leading by 7. It's the NBA on... Some changes. MP's checked in for Kuminga, and Curry subbed in for Buddy Hield. Minnesota also with the sub. Edwards, he's checked in for Joe Ingles. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by, hits the three-point bomb.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Timberwolves. It's an 18-point game on the court for Minnesota. Randall and Reed holding down the post spots. Dillingham is out there with Conley. And it's Edwards in at the 3. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Well, MP in the last matchup against Chicago was tremendous. He added 61 points, and he's a tremendous three-point shooter. We saw that again last game. And really, it's a game that will stand out when you look at his career, considering how absurd some of those numbers are. Guys?
Excellent report, Allie. Thank you. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And Kevin, different scenarios call for a different measure. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
Edwards with confidence.
Well, I'd say any play with Edwards on the finishing end has a good chance of succeeding.
Pass to Podziemski. A nice shot by MP. MP's got 24 points.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Timberwolves trail by 17. Stan Nasreed is a much-beloved player with the Timberwolves, the 2024 Sixth Man of the Year award winner.
Yeah, he is, Kevin. I'm not sure the fans in Minnesota love anyone more than they love Nasreed, not even Anthony Edwards. They appreciate his consistency, the effort he brings every night, energy, and yeah, the charisma on top of all the skill.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Trace Jackson Davis comes in for Butler, and Bogdanovic is subbed in for Brandon Podziemski. And then for Minnesota, Gobert checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Dillingham, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley.
And 2 more three-point field goals for him here in the second quarter. Somebody had better get a hand up.
To the paint, here's Gomez. Rebound, Minnesota. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
Well, on the road, your defense needs to withstand runs from the other side, and that wasn't the case for them.
Timberwolves trail by 17. Randle passes to Edwards. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And wasn't sure he could keep up the pace he set from three-point range in that first, but boy, has he ever.
And here's Edwards from the arc. The shot, no good.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Curry dishes to MP. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 6 assists now in the game.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Edwards, down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. The Warriors on top, opening up a huge gap. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
You know what time it is. It's time for your fan half-court shot. Please direct your attention to center court. Drums.
Hey everybody, it's halftime. Boy, it's been a rough go so far for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
They don't want it enough. They're getting bodied up on the boards and doing nothing about it.
Yeah, they get bodied up on the scoreboard as well, Shaq. It may not be their only issue, but it's a big problem.
All right, guys, here's a look at how the power rankings look at this late point of the season.
I think for the Timberwolves, not a lot of games left. They're definitely a playoff team. Question, can they contend for a title?
Well, I mean, I suppose that's why they play the games. Certainly they have an opportunity to make some noise. Thanks for joining us.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
Bogdanovich out there, Jimmy Butler. Then it's Trace Jackson Davis. Then it's Curry. And it's Gomez in at the 2-guard spot. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. Every coach has their own philosophy, but Stan, you were telling me that it might not always align with their team style of play.
Yeah, look, Kevin, I think there's a difference between philosophy and style of play. And I think what you have to understand, philosophy are those immutable things that you think will win games regardless of the style. So that'll never change. But your style has to be fitted to your personnel.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. The Timberwolves have elite shot creation, but it's finding that balance. Anthony Edwards said, I'm wired to score the ball. I'm going to showcase my game, so it's hard to find that balance of when to pass and when to keep it and try to get going. Sometimes I feel like the right play is me. Guys, back to you.
Fills it up with the best. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. DiVincenzo with the screen on Bogdanovich. Here's Edwards. Good on the bucket. Edwards got 15 points.
Well, it might not be fair, but most nights we expect Edwards to put up big scoring numbers. That's what you ask of your stars.
Well, Coach, we know there's a lot of expectations tied to a #1 pick. Sometimes they fall flat. But that has not been the case so far with Anthony Edwards.
Oh, it sure as heck hasn't, Kevin. But I think it starts with Anthony Edwards. The expectations. He wanted the expectations, and he has pushed himself to play to that level on a nightly basis, and he's done it. And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. MP's got 47 points. And the basket by Edwards.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
MP right side. And another one.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. McDaniels outside. Pass to Randall. That one doesn't drop. Some solid defense from Butler.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far. Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Well, sometimes you just make shots, but they've certainly come out on a tear here in the third quarter.
And Gobert kicks to McDaniels. Knocks down the three ball. McDaniels got himself on the board with 3 there.
And this is something McDaniels continues to work on. Good to see him cash in off the catch.
And he comes up with the deuce. 54 points for MP.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game, and he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
Gobert with a screen on Butler. Here's Randall. And Gobert kicks to McDaniels. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And you gotta box out Gobert or he will make you pay on the offensive glass.
Curry passes to Gomez. Back to Curry. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. 6 to shoot. And here's MP for 3. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Gomez has got 57 points.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Green, he's checked in for Trace Jackson-Davis. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Butler. And it's Buddy Hield in for Bogdanovich. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Conley.
I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
And the Warriors making a change here. Podziemski's checked in. In the corner, it's MP. Another possession, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Pass to Ingles, shoots the 3. Not gonna go that time. And so it's the Golden State Warriors enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. We'll get right back to the action. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Randall and Reed holding down the post spots. Conley out. Checked in for the Warriors. Edwards has come in for Minnesota.
Give it up for your Warriors girls.
Randall surveying the D. Reed with a screen on Hield. For three, Edwards. Wojcinski grabs the board.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Conley, the pass to Edwards. And another shot. Takes a three. Up again. Randall on the follow.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Golden State's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. And here's MP for three. And another three for Golden State.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Out to the wing. Shoots from 14. And Dillingham with the basket on the assist from Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Hield outside. The three from MP. And another one falls. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Timberwolves. Pass to Edwards. Here's Dillingham. Covered by MP. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And here's Golden State. They're on a 12-4 run right now. A three-pointer, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Out to Conley. We all hear about AI in the workplace, and I don't mean Allen Iverson, although we could put him in the workplace. Craig, now teams are using computers to break down the action.
Yeah, able to use camera tracking to assess credit and blame, right? So maybe the little things in winning plays that went unnoticed, they won't be overlooked much anymore. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Warriors.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And in what's been a solid season, to say the least, tonight's game will push their win total now up to 53.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for MP.
Well, offensively, they needed him to be aggressive, and he delivered. What a game.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
Dillingham with the bucket.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on?
Yeah, it's so frustrating as a coach when it takes your team this long to get into a rhythm.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
Great open look there.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
7 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one, and that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And the game pretty much over. Curious timeout here.
Well, they could be trying to just make a change just so their subs can close this game out.
Shooting for Minnesota, Dante DiVincenzo. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's MP for 3. And the Warriors, another 3.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Craig Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, signing off for this presentation of NBA basketball. And so long, everyone.